Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to go over my top 5 monsters to bring to the table in my games of Dungeons and Dragons. Let's get right into it. Coming in at number 5, we have the Giant Goose out of Glory of the Giants. This is a CR3 monster with a normal multi-attack, beaks, wings, and then the ability that really defines it, the Thunderous Honk, giving creatures within 30 feet the deafen condition on a failed save, and this honk can be heard for 300 feet. When I first used this creature, my players needed to escort this goose out of the giant's control and back to its rightful owner, trying to keep it complacent and avoiding the thunderous honk. Once the thunderous honk went off, everybody in the vicinity knew that they were trying to steal it, and they had to find their way out of this cloud giant's castle. In addition to this, you have a cool little table here where the eggs of the giant goose can have different items in it. This is a great little flavor thing for this creature, as well as a cool little lore delivery service as the egg comes and there is a note in it or something to further your story along. Next up at number 4, we have the Ashen Hoarder. So many times my players leave a plethora of bodies in their wake. If they come through that space again, those bodies might be gone. Well, where did they go? Well, the Ashen Hoarder collected those bodies. It impaled those bodies on the spikes on its back and is now going to use those bodies against the players and either create zombies or bombs that it is going to throw at the players from these corpses. At CR 10, this creature holds up to its CR. Coming out of the Flea Mortals book from MCDM, has a great bonus action in creating zombies and just really good action in comedy in general, and a fun, challenging monster at the table. Coming in at number 3 is going to be the Elder Oblex. This creature is able to impersonate another creature. This is a low hit point, but a very controlling creature. You're going to be eating memories where your players are going to be subtracting dice from their ability checks, starting at a D4 and going all the way up to a D20 where they would fall unconscious. I often use this creature as a ambusher where it will impersonate a crying girl or something that is going to draw my players in, and then it will open up with a quick little dominate person trying to dominate one of my players and use their abilities against the rest of the party, and then follow that up by eating some memories. The Oblex coming in at a challenge rating 10 is another fun monster at the table to keep your players on their toes. Coming in at number 2, we have the Space Clown. This CR2 monster I have reskinned and reflavored multiple times. There are great abilities that set the Space Clown apart from other monsters when you're looking for a little bit of whimsy in your games. First up, you got Squeakers. The clown wears shoes that squeak when it walks. The squeaking can be heard out to a range of 30 feet. In addition to that, Space Clown has a ray gun. This is going to do a little bit of psychic damage as well as make the player take a DC 12 wisdom saving throw, and on a failed save, that target perceives everything it sees and hears as hilariously funny and is incapacitated for 1 minute. In addition to that, the Space Clown has some spellcasting. Friends, Mage Hand, Prestidigitation, Mirror Image, and Spider Climb make this creature a joy to bring to the table. In addition to that, pops like a balloon when it's killed, and it can imitate mundane objects. So you can have the classic red balloon floating through your player's field of vision on that successful perception check, and when they investigate it, there is a space clown, or a bunch of space clowns, moving through the forest. And at number 1, my favorite creature to have at the table is the Light Thief. This is another creature from MCDM's Flea Mortals. This creature is going to attack your players where they do not expect to be attacked, and that is in their dark vision. This creature can jump into a light source that the players have and then burst out from it, causing them to do a DC 13 saving throw, take 4d6 radiant damage, and lose any dark vision they have for up to a minute. So if you have a bunch of players who normally don't carry torches around because they have dark vision, and all of a sudden that light bursts out, they're in darkness. What are they going to do? This has caused so much confusion in encounters at my table. I just enjoy bringing it. It is not a super hard creature. This also works very well in conjunction with having other monsters at the table. So adding a little CR2 Light Thief to an encounter that might have a bunch of CR 6, 7, 8 and up adds a little bit of flavor to that encounter that the players were not expecting. It's going to keep them on their toes. And that's why it's really my favorite creature to bring to the table in my D&D games. So those are my 5 favorite monsters to bring to the table in my games of Dungeons & Dragons. If you'd like to see me compare my list to another DM's, go to the Game Master Library channel down in the description. With the 2025 Monster Manual just around the corner, I'm excited for the new monsters that I'm going to be able to bring to the table in my games. Out of all the monsters available right now, what are some of your favorite to use against your players in your games of Dungeons & Dragons? Be sure to leave those down in the comments, and like and subscribe this video for more great Dungeons & Dragons and TTRPG content. I want to thank you all for joining me, and we'll see you next time.